Welcome to your weekday cup of the word. We are in Romans chapter 4, and here's the big heart of Romans found in this chapter. What does it take to be saved? What does it take to make God look at you and say, that is one of mine? The answer's in this chapter, and you can find it by looking at somebody that God has already said that to. If you can look at somebody who God says, hey, that's one of mine, and I'm pleased with them, and then do the same thing as them, then you're going to be successful. So it goes back to the Old Testament and looks at Abraham. Everybody agrees that Abraham was somebody that God liked. But the question is, why did God like him? Did he like him because of circumcision, which is what the Jews said? See, we're circumcised, therefore God loves us. Or was it something else about Abraham that God was pleased with? And Romans chapter 4 says, no, look, God was happy with Abraham before he was circumcised. In fact, there was a whole section of Abraham's life where he wasn't circumcised at all. God was happy with Abraham because Abraham was faithful. Because when God told Abraham to do something, Abraham did it. Whether it be leaving his land, of his homeland to go to a place he'd never been before, or whether it be go and sacrifice your one and only son to me. If God said it, Abraham was ready to do it, and God says, I believe, I look at your belief, and I consider you a righteous man because of that. Now, because Abraham was faithful, God used him to make the contract with the Jewish people. That's where circumcision comes in. But circumcision is after faith. Abraham was faithful, and if you want to be considered righteous in God's eyes, you've got to emulate Abraham. Not in circumcision, but in faithfulness. That's Romans chapter 4, and that's your Daily Cup.